It is, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Got a great article from The Hill by John Solomon, an opinion contributor, from 6/3 of 2019. Hillary Clinton's Russia collusion IOU, the answers she owes to America. During the combined 2 decades she served as U.S. Senator and Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton's patrons regularly donated to her family charity when they had official business pending above America's most powerful political woman. The pattern of political IOUs paid to the Clinton Foundation was so pernicious that the State Department even tried to execute a special agreement with the charity to avoid the overt appearance of pay-to-play policy. Still, the money continued to flow by the millions of dollars from foreigners and Americans alike who were perceived to be indebted to the Clinton machine or in need of its help. It's time for the American public to call in their own IOU on the political transparency. The reason? Never before until 2016 had the apparatus of a U.S. presidential candidate managed to sick the weight of the FBI and U.S. intelligence community on a rival nominee during an election, and by using a foreign-fed, uncorroborated political opposition research document. But Clinton's campaign, in concert with the Democratic National Party and through the shared law firm, funded Christopher Steele's unverified dossier, which, it turns out, falsely portrayed Republican Donald Trump as a treasonous asset colluding with Russian President Vladimir Putin to hijack the U.S. election.
You'd be in jail.
Christopher Steele went to the FBI to get an investigation started and then leaked the existence of the investigation to the media with the hope of sinking Trump's presidential aspirations. On its face, it is arguably the most devious political dirty trick in American history and one of the most overt intrusions of a foreigner into a U.S. election. It appears the Clinton machine knew that what it was doing was controversial. That's why it did backflips to disguise the operation from Congress and the public, and in its Federal Election Commission, the FEC, spending reports. Clinton and the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, used the law firm of Perkins Coie to hire Glenn Simpson's research firm, and then Fusion GPS, which then hired Steele. Several layers of the onion that obstructed transparency. Keep the operation off the campaign's public FEC reports and gave the Clintons plausible deniability. But Steele's first overture on July 5th of 2016 failed to capture the FBI's imagination, so the Clinton machine escalated. Steele, a British national, went to senior Department of Justice official Bruce Orr, whose wife, Nellie, also worked for Fusion, to push his Trump dirt to the very top of the FBI. Nellie Orr likewise sent some of her own anti-Trump research, augmenting Steele's dossier to the FBI through her husband. Perkins Coie lawyer Michael Sussman used his connection to former FBI General Counsel James Baker to dump Trump dirt at the FBI as well. Then Still and separately longtime Clinton protege Cody Shearer went to the State Department to get the story out, increasing pressure on the FBI. In short, the Clinton machine flooded the FBI with pressure and bad intel until an investigation of Trump was started. The Bureau, its helpless sheriff at the time, James Comey, eventually questioned the help of such Clinton fans, then FBI employers Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, to help finish the mission. Now, Simpson and Still leaked the existence of the FBI investigation to the news media to ensure it would hurt Trump politically. Simpson even called the leaks a Hail Mary that failed. Trump won, however, and now, thanks to special counsel Robert Mueller, we know the Russia collusion allegation relentlessly peddled by the Team Clinton were bogus, but not before the FBI used the Clinton-funded foreign-created research to get a total of 4 warrants to spy on the Trump campaign, transition, and then presidency, starting from October of 2016 through the following autumn. Now, the Clintons' team, their dirty trick was diabolical, as it was brilliant. It literally used House money and a large part of the U.S. intelligence apparatus to carry out its political hit job on Trump. After 2 years of Americans' discomfort and tens of millions of taxpayers' dollars spent, it's time for the House to call in its IOU. Hillary Clinton owes us answers, and lots of them. So far, she has ducked them, even while doing many high-profile media interviews. I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Longtime Clinton advisor Douglas Schoen said on Friday night on Fox News that it is time for the Clinton to answer what she knew and when she knew it. Here are the 10 essential questions that must be asked. In January 2018, the Senate Judiciary Committee sent a formal investigative request for documents and written answers from your campaign. Do you plan to comply? Please identify each person in your campaign who is involved with or aware of hiring Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson, and Christopher Steele. Please identify each person in your campaign, including Perkins Coie lawyers, who are aware that Steele provided information to the FBI or State Department and when they learned it. Describe any information you and your campaign staff received or were briefed on before Election Day that was derived from the work of Simpson, Still, Fusion GPS, Nellie Orr, or Perkins Coie, and that tried to connect Trump, his campaign, or his business empire with Russia. Please describe all contacts your campaign had before Election Day with or about the following individuals: Bruce Orr, Nellie Orr, Glenn Simpson, Christopher Steele, former Australian diplomat Alexander Downer, former foreign policy scholar Stephen Halper, and Maltese academic Joseph Misford. Did you or any senior members of your campaign, including lawyers such as Michael Sussman, have any contact with the CIA, its former director John Brennan, current director Gina Haspel, James Baker, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, or former FBI director Andrew McCabe? Describe all contacts your campaign had with Cody Shearer and Sidney Blumenthal concerning Trump, Russia, and the Ukraine. Describe all contacts you and your campaign had with DNC contractor Alexander Chopla, the Ukraine government, the Ukraine embassy in the United States, or the U.S. embassy in Kyiv concerning Trump, Russia, or former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. Why did your campaign and the Democratic Party make a concerted effort to portray Trump as a Russian asset? Given that the investigations by House Committee and Senate Committee and Special Prosecutor all have concluded there isn't evidence of Trump-Russia collusion? Do you regret the actions by your campaigns and by Steele, Simpson, and Sussman to inject these unfounded allegations into the FBI, the U.S. intelligence community, and the news media? Hillary Clinton owes us answers to each and every one of these questions. She should skip the lawyer speak and answer them with a candor worthy of an elder American stateswoman. John Solomon is an award-winning investigative journalist whose work over the years has exposed the U.S. and FBI intelligence failures before the September 11th attacks, federal scientists' misuse of foster children and veterans in drug experiments, and numerous cases of political corruption. He serves as an investigative columnist and an executive vice president for video at The Hill. You can follow him at Twitter at John Solomon Reports. I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless to each and every one of you worldwide. Where we go one, we go all. Please make sure you're subscribed. Look in the description box for all the links to the article and much more. We appreciate all the support. And again, God bless.